John Candy, I Like Me. The film is currently playing on
Prime.
On Prime Video, Amazon. Uh, I've heard, I mean, first of all, who does not love John Candy as a comedian? As I mean, I remember watching him on Second City as a kid, and he's just amazing career. But this documentary really goes deep. Tell me about it.
Yeah. So I mean, it pretty much goes through all of John Candy's very short life, from his childhood. Um, Unlike most people in uh in uh in Hollywood, he had a pretty good upbringing. I think the most tragic aspect of his life, excuse me, of his story, is that the men in his family don't live past 35. His grandfather died early. His father died early, and of course, he died way too early. Um, and it basically goes through every aspect, and the quality of his life is shown by the people they interview. Tom Hanks, Steve Martin, the cast of SCTV, Catherine O'Hara, Eugene Levy. Um, Everybody loved him. He was a guy that, if you ever met him, you would instantly think he was your best friend. That's how he treated people. And then it gets into his style of comedy, and I've got to say that there are three people who I pattern my comedy after, that I wanted to be like when I do comedy. It's John Candy, Phil Hartman, and Steve Martin. That's kind of how I pattern my comedy, and a lot of it is just, he just creates a character that could exist in the real world, and it's these quirks and foibles that these characters have that brings the comedy about. Um, and It goes through, how he got to SCTV. He was part of the Godspell crew. I believe he auditioned for Saturday Night Live. He got on SCTV, and then just made bank in movies. He became best friends actually with John Hughes, which brought his Uncle Buck, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, and there was a third one I can't remember. I mean, he's obviously in Home Alone. Yeah, and it's just tragic. The way he went was basically, the stuff he struggled through was his weight, because people wanted him to lose weight, but at the same time, if he lost weight, he would lose his personality, and he was constantly fighting that, and he just wasn't living the healthiest life possible, and that's what ultimately led. And because of all that, it was the stress. It was the stress that he was bearing in his life that finally did him in. But look, this is a great man, deserving of a great documentary. That's what this is, and when it ends on Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, you're gonna cry. You're absolutely gonna cry. Yeah. Because he's not too far off from that character, and just the performance, especially at the end of that movie, when Steve Martin and Dell they collide in that epic, the epic teardown is just heartbreaking, and it still is every time I watch that movie. So a great man. Go watch John Candy, I Like Me.
My only fear watching it, I will cry.
You will cry.
I will cry. It is, I mean, just like so many great memories. And like, who are the comedians like John Candy? Look at that era of comedy and comedians that were prominent in that era. Where are they today?
Yeah. Well, no, think about it this way.
Where is the group? You can name off top of your head so many people from that era. Steve Martin, John Candy, go on and on and on from that era. Today, Seth Rogen.
Yeah. No, the point I want to make here is, after his death, the void that it left in comedy and movies. If he hadn't died and he could have lived a lot longer, there would have been 12 comedy classics that at least that came out of him, would have come out of him. And we don't have that. To me, Phil Hartman is the exact same way. That man was a master at comedy. And if he had lived, you know, we would probably have 10 to 12 great comedies from him and from John Candy, even Jim Belushi or John Belushi. And they're gone. And the world is sadder for it.